it wasn't recording? No, I'm playing.
That was a good one. You actually got me for a minute. So I was like, after all that we did, that was a good one. That actually was good.
Yes.
You had me.
That's good. And we got him on camera too. Multiple angles. Let's go.
Because I jumped over like, ooh.
Wait, what? Beg pardon.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Reginald Bullock, and we have Trey Wilder, and this is Just Living Life. Thank you for coming back and checking us out. Hopefully you have been watching the videos, learning from the videos, and watching us have fun making the videos. What's up, Trey?
What's up, Reggie? I got a question, bro.
What?
So, like, you just don't like, because you said good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You don't like nighttime? Like, you don't care about nighttime? I'm just asking just for clarity. That's all. You said, like, we like to have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Just, I was curious. You got a problem at nighttime?
No, but how many languages do you speak?
I made a couple. I made up a couple myself, though. So
yeah,
that's
so
why.
like, bonsoir, monsieur. What's that?
Hello, madam.
Sabah Noor.
I don't know him.
Right. So Sabah Noor is Arabic for good evening.
I didn't know that, actually.
And bonsoir is French for good evening. And buenas noches is Spanish for good evening.
Mm. Is that night or evening?
Buenas
Noches?
noches. Because it's noche and you think it's night.
Yeah, I was thinking night.
Now, the other piece that you said, what did I have a problem with? What was your term?
Nighttime.
It's not called nighttime. When you go to different countries, they say good day and they say good night. So at night, they say good night.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't say nighttime. They say, like, in the morning, you say good morning.
Yeah.
At night, they say good night.
Right.
So I don't have a problem with it, but who says that?
I say good night. Like, they got the acronym GN.
You just
good
said
night. Like,
yeah.
But
you said nighttime.
Well, I was asking because you didn't say nighttime. Like, you mentioned evening, morning, the day. You didn't say nothing about night. That's all. I just noticed that. I was curious. That was all.
So what does AM stand for?
Morning.
And what does PM stand for?
Evening.
Past morning, right? So, I mean, you can call it what you want, but good morning, afternoon, and evening. I am Reginald Bullock, and this is Trey Wilder doing what he does, and I'm doing what I do. Welcome to Just Living Life. Matter of fact, Stevie Wonder has a song that says, "Good morning or evening, friends.
I don't know.
Is your friendly announcer. I have serious news to pass on to everybody."
We do have some serious news, actually, to pass on. To
What do
folks,
we
I
have?
guess. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually talking about today thankfulness and inspiration. If y'all have been following the episodes thus far, you know that we have really a two-parter every episode. So, if you haven't, now you're up to date. So we're gonna start it off with thankfulness.
Yes.
So Reggie, Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? It's around the corner.
It's
really,
more than around the corner.
really around the corner, right?
Mañana.
You know what I'm saying? But when they see this, though, it's probably gonna be after
That's true.
Thanksgiving.
That's
though.
true.
But what food are you most thankful for, out of curiosity, for Thanksgiving? Because I just give a little context. He likes to, go out in the wild and hunt and all that stuff like that. That's Reggie. So when I ask that question, this is not a foodie type of question. I don't think it's more of a what do you like to eat, especially after you've potentially caught it. I mean, what are you most thankful for food wise?
Well, I mean, I like turkey. Mm-hmm. There have been times though where I have smoked a turkey, fried a turkey, and bake the turkey at the same time. So I'm that guy. I'll get like 2 or 3 turkeys. And yeah, because they taste different. A turkey out of the oven tastes different than a smoked turkey. It tastes different than a fried turkey.
That's fair.
So sometimes I just want them all.
Okay.
And then there are times when I would just go all out. So I may have turkey, duck. I'm going to have duck tomorrow. I'm going to have duck and turkey. Sometimes I'll have venison. Maybe
what is venison, out of curiosity?
deer.
Okay. Maybe in case y'all was ignorant like myself, if y'all knew.
And I know a lot of people make a ham for turkey. I will maybe smoke a shoulder and make chopped barbecue out of it. Yeah.
Chopped barbecue out of
A shoulder. What are you thankful for? And this is kind of what he's talking about, what we're talking about. What are you thankful for? There's a lot that, I have to be thankful for. There's a lot that Trey has to be thankful for. But what are you thankful for, really? And so, second way to you, I said second way, on purpose.
So,
what are you thankful for?
Well, if we're talking food-wise, that's a toughie. Oh my gosh. Actually, I should have thought about this before I asked you the question, right? If I had to be thankful for any food, this is really tough.
You asked the question.
I know, right? Why is it that daggone tough? Like, I want to say mac and cheese, because again, for like Thanksgiving, that's usually a staple.
You know how to make it?
Yeah, I know how to make mac and cheese. Now, have I ever made the mac and cheese that I prefer? No. But I'm an SME in eating that mac and cheese, so I think I'd be able to at least recreate it if I needed to. So I do want to try to experiment and like make my own Thanksgiving meal like by myself solo. So I think next year I might try to do that.
So therefore, what are the 3 foods that you would definitely have, or that you like?
Oh,
mac and cheese.
Desserts aside, yeah, you got mac and cheese.
Right.
That's tough. Ham, I'll throw a little ham in there.
Okay.
Cause I'm not the biggest turkey fan, even though what I'm saying, I get it, but like I'm not the biggest. I can go without it. Okay, no, I'm gonna go yams with marshmallows on top of it.
There you go.
You gotta have that. Actually, or I might be lying. No, I can have collards any other time. Dang. It's a tough. I'm gonna have collards as honorable mention. You know what I'm saying?
just made a whole bunch of collard greens. Literally on Sunday, I made probably 8 gallons worth of collard greens. Yeah, and so collard greens. What I was looking for, I couldn't find.
Okay.
Chitlins.
No, you got it. No, that's no.
That is a Thanksgiving
Challenge.
and Christmas
Challenge
meal.
on the plate.
Chitlins, man,
Foul.
with some hog maw in there.
Nah, I'm cool with hog maws, but like
You know the hog maw
chitlins.
is.
No, I know a little bit about that. Chitlins though, no. Like I've never even eaten chitlins before, but I was 7 years old in Fayetteville, and I promise you, I smelt them one time, and it was at someone else's house too. So I'm like, no respect.
You've never eaten nothing that smelled bad.
Like eventually you stumble across something,
Right.
But like chitlins is just a hard no. Like
Okay.
it was that. Nah, I'm good. Like nah.
So aside from food, what are you actually thankful for?
I'm actually thankful for actually mentors, friends, family. This platform, it allows me to get into my own world, be creative, express myself in a variety of ways. It also allows me to potentially help out somebody, whether they wanted to think something differently. You know, I recently I was recently talking to somebody, and they asked me why do I like making the shows,
Right?
And then I was like, honestly, bro, it's to help somebody else out. Like it's to give someone else an outlet. So I mean, I'm thankful for everybody who has helped me get to this journey, and I'm also thankful for those who I guess are inspiring me, whether that's older, whether that's people who are younger, people who are looking up to me, whatever the case may be. I'm thankful for that reason, as well as my own maturity too. I think this past year I've done a little bit more maturing. I'm still immature. I'll gladly attest to that. But like I think overall, like I've been taking solid steps to maturing.
So speaking of maturity, the 21-year-old Trey, what should you have been thankful for that you weren't at that time?
Oh, I think how easier life was in comparison to like now. There's more responsibility, right? But I think that's also just when you're younger, you don't know a lot of stuff too. So I guess from that vantage point, I would be more thankful having less on my shoulders. Also,
they say age is wasted on the youth.
yeah, I can see that. Because I didn't have too many regrets, I guess I would say I'm fairly thankful for a lot of stuff, but like I would be more thankful, I would say, looking back at it now. How about yourself?
Well, I mean, I have a lot to be thankful for. I'm always thankful for my health, because the older you get, the more stuff starts to change.
I should have said that.
At age 55, everything started falling apart, man. Meniscus surgery in both knees, and spinal surgery with pins and screws in my back, and all kinds of stuff, and foot drop, and I mean, I go on and on, arthritis. And so I'm still able to do things though. Right? I'm not bedridden.
Yeah.
I'm not walking around with a cane or a walker. And so I'm able to be active and get out there. So I'm very thankful for my health. I've lost so many friends. I remember I went to a funeral last year, and this guy was born 8 hours after me in the same hospital. My mother and his mother were in the hospital at the same time, and I'm at his funeral, and I'm still alive. So I'm thankful, for my health. I'm thankful for life, and I'm thankful for my journey.
Yeah.
I came from the hood, right? So I'm not there anymore. But the journey from the hood to where I'm at now has taught me so much. To your point, you're able to help people. You're able to do more for other people because of all of those experiences. And so to that end, I'm thankful for my experiences. Yeah, so I mean, it's just so much I'm thankful for. It's been in 2023, it's just been a great year for me.
Yep.
So I'm thankful for that.
The I'm Perfectly Made Foundation believes that routine screenings can save lives, and that access to these services should not be a barrier. Our mission is to promote eye health education, free eye exams, free eye screenings, and free glasses to our communities, with the focus of highlighting early detection. The I'm Perfectly Made Foundation also gives individuals with low vision and blindness the opportunities to be a part of certain community events, regardless of visual impairments.
Now, we're using the word thankful, but sometimes it's either synonymous or different than the word grateful.
What's the difference, though, between grateful and thankful? Out of here, what's
Okay,
your
Socrates,
difference?
you tell me what do you
I'm
think
asking
it
because
is.
I'm actually trying to think. Like when I'm thinking grateful and thankful, I guess thankful maybe more appreciative of surroundings or more appreciative of things that you've observed or witnessed, and then grateful is like something that's like been done. Or I'm grateful for this, but I can also be thankful for something that's been done too. So that's what I'm saying. I'm curious.
That's
like,
what I said. It could be synonymous and it could be different. And so the difference between grateful and thankful, in my opinion, is how you internalize the gratefulness piece. Because the gratefulness piece is when a lot of times there's a spiritual element associated to it.
Okay.
And so you have a different vibe of why this thing happened or why you have good health. I'm thankful that I have good health.
Right.
But I'm grateful that I have good health. So I'm grateful means thank you, God, or thank you, Creator, or thank you to the universe for giving me this opportunity or for allowing me to see the next day. So you're grateful in that. And so I think the difference between thankful and grateful, although they can be synonymous, is the weight of your expression that you put behind being grateful is different than the weight of being thankful.
Yeah, it does feel that way. Like if you pass me a plate of food or a plate as I'm getting my food, I'm thankful. I don't know if I'm grateful. I'm about to have a plate full.
But if you haven't had food in 2 days,
then I'm grateful.
Starving,
then I'm grateful.
And I just happen to walk up and say, "Here's some mac and cheese and some yams with some marshmallows on top and a ham with a side of chitlins."
That's when you lose me. I might just kick off the chitlins and be like, "I'm thankful." Then.
So and that's the whole piece of, where thankful is what we talk about, but sometimes we actually may mean grateful.
That's true. So I guess in our own time, we got to really think and reflect what would be the difference in our own lives between grateful and thankful moments. Because something feels a little bit more grandiose, I think that means grateful. And if something,
It could.
yeah.
It depends on the person.
Right. But again, as you said too, though, it's synonymous. So I guess either word, since either word really works, whatever best works for y'all. I think I'm gonna try to go with whichever one is the heavier feeling. I might try to go with grateful, because I don't know that there has to be some sort of difference between the two, like a solid distinction. That does kind of seem like the best answer. I gotta look it up on the dictionary now and see what they say. Because
when's the last time you actually looked in a dictionary?
Does Google count? Because I do
No.
look up. Okay, I was about to say.
Do you even have a dictionary?
I do actually.
Okay,
I do.
big one or a little one?
It's the little one.
Okay, little college one.
I think it's like yay big.
It's got tabs on the side.
I think it's got like a little like small tab. Like it's not the biggest dictionary out there though.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was just asking because there's a difference between generations and some of the things that your generation is doing now or not doing. We may have done it or didn't do it.
Well, I mean that you gotta. You always grow off what people do beforehand. So when you say we're doing stuff that's built on what y'all did, what are some of the things that we're doing in terms of that dictionary, for example, that you guys used to do? Because it sounds like
we used to look in the newspaper at the classified want ads with an ink pen and circle them, and then we would look at the number and call them up and try to get a job.
Okay.
So you don't do that.
No, but it's different mediums too, though. Like we got like LinkedIn,
a lot of that
stuff
and
like that. Yeah, so
yeah.
it's different platforms. Yeah. Okay.
And we had to manually do it.
So what about going back to that dictionary thing? Then what did y'all do? Like, what did you do back in the day? Or what did you guys do back in the day, dictionary wise? Like, did y'all have a dictionary always on hand?
No.
Okay.
No. You had to go. You would write the word down, or try to remember it, and when you get home, you look it up.
Okay. Huh. You mean you had when you say you went at home and looked it up? What you mean?
The dictionary is at home.
That's what I was asking. Did y'all have a dictionary like at hand on home? Like
Yes.
Available.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most homes had a dictionary.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all just casually that was a favorite pastime.
No. No.
Like...
No. It was not. As a matter of fact, in English class, they would give you 10 words and send you home to look them up and write down the meaning of them. So you had to go home, find them in the dictionary, and write out the meaning. And I'm not sure if I was thankful for that, but that's what we had to do. Yeah.
Well, I'm thankful that they evolved from that point when we got there.
You should be.
Because that's not ridiculous. Like maybe a little fun, but after a while, I get tired of that. Like if you make it to a game, like all right, who can come back with the most words found, and then you see like who can regurgitate the most definitions or something like that.
That wasn't fun.
Like, maybe
fun was playing basketball, football, roller skating,
more fun.
Things like that.
That's more fun.
But sitting at home at the dining room table with a dictionary and a piece of paper.
See, okay, now that's different because I'm also envisioning I'm multitasking. I got a TV in front, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching a little sports, maybe a little Lakers. Kobe was active, you know what I'm saying?
So back then,
Those
most
different
houses
times.
only had one TV, and a lot of them were black and white television, the big giant one, and that was it. You weren't multitasking, watching something like that on TV. And all of those sports that we watch now were not on television.
Yeah, it's a little different.
And we only had 3 channels.
Yeah.
But then we had 7.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
7 channels total.
7 channels total.
So,
Aggressive.
and we were thankful for that.
See, yeah, there's way more than 7 now.
Channel 3, Channel 6, and Channel 10, Channel 12, Channel 48, and Channel 33. I remember those. And sometimes Channel 17.
That's wild. Yeah, there's way more than
With
7
antennas.
now. I remember the antenna days. Those are far gone. But I mean, but I think when you like kind of look back at those moments too, though, or even hear those moments, it makes you more thankful of what you have going on.
It
today.
does.
Like my TV now, it's a smart TV.
I mean, I'm thinking like in this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 TVs.
Yeah.
And 4 laptops and a PC.
Yeah.
6 laptops and a PC. So all of those are screens. Back in the day, we had 1.
Yeah.
And no laptop. We had typewriter, manual typewriter with a ribbon.
So I actually do want to purchase a typewriter. I think it's actually fun. I think it's actually neat. You know what I'm saying? Like it's retro. Like I appreciate the old school stuff sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
I do actually appreciate that. So I do need it. That actually just reminded me because
It'll build your muscles up in your hand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, typing already does that for me.
No. Manual typewriter will build your muscles up because you got to hit those keys.
Oh, for us, a big difference like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to try and see that. So I think that's gonna help me be at least a little bit more appreciative of, like, it's the simple things in life, and I think a lot of times we are looking at our world from like a really, I don't want to say spoiled lens, but like a spoiled lens to a degree, and like I think we got to just really take.
We
a
use
step
a
back.
term now called entitlement, and it's an entitlement type of generation.
Well, I think entitlement, though, does come with work ethic as well. So if you worked hard for something and you've achieved something, I think you are
What
entitled.
13-year-old worked hard for 39 sneakers?
39 sneakers?
Yeah, they got 39 sneakers and they want a 40th one. You know, and then you got kids turning 16, they want a car. They don't have a job, they want a car.
The want is you know, it's cute. Anybody can have a want.
And then they get it.
See,
So then they get used to receiving these things, and then they start to expect these things, and then when they don't get these things, they get mad or throw a temper tantrum or whatever you want to call it because they feel entitled to this stuff, like it's supposed to happen. Mark down the street got a car when he turned 16. I want a car when I turned 16.
See, that's more of a parent thing. Anytime I hear
Prom
that,
coming, high school kids, limousines, and all kinds of other stuff, and parties and everything. They don't even have a job. How is the prom for a 17, 18-year-old costing $5,000-$6,000, and they don't even have a job?
Well, I think in today's society that is more of the norm.
How is it the norm?
No, I say it's more of the norm.
Why?
Like you get more people who, for example, you might have some parents say, I want you to focus more on your studies than get a job. That might be the case. Like, that might be someone's logic. So, I do say...
I mean, it sounds nice.
It sounds nice.
But the reality is...
There can be drawbacks to that, right? But, I mean, there are some kids who, honestly, if they are focusing on getting a job, they might struggle on their education as well, too. So, I mean, where would you want your child to focus on? Getting a job or focus on their education, too? I think like that's also something the parent got to do.
I think that they should do both.
Okay, so do you think every kid can do both?
I think living is a requirement.
It is a requirement.
I think teaching and learning and developing people to live is a lost art. I think that when they turn 17 and 18 and they still don't know how to do laundry, that's sad. And they don't know how to clean up after themselves when they get to college.
Yeah.
And now they're in school. The only thing they know is school, but they don't know how to get a job because they never had to get a job. And they don't understand that balancing act of reality in life. So they've been sheltered from the reality of a struggle. So that's why I say both.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't mean you have to have a job where, you know, you go downtown and you sit somewhere. It's work. Right. You know, exchange of services for money so that you can use the money to do what it is you need to do.
Right.
So if you don't have a job, where are you getting your money from? A gimme?
And
a money tree?
And just be clear, and just clarify, do you count chores as a job?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure because I didn't know if you were going to do that.
Yeah. I mean, if your parents have you doing various chores, cutting the grass, taking trash out, cleaning the house on Saturday, whatever those things are. If you got to paint, all right, we painting the basement. Everybody paint. Those are chores, right? And so you're working in exchange for money.
Yeah.
And so, as opposed to giving you money. Yeah.
I'll hear that.
Swanky's Construction serves as the general contractor in the metropolitan D.C. area. We're a team of certified professionals who tackle everything from complex large projects to smaller scale jobs. Fueled by our commitment to excellence, we go the extra mile to make sure clients are completely satisfied with our work. Swanky's Construction takes pride in ensuring our clients' home improvement needs are met with efficiency, precision, and perfection. Call us today. You're only seconds away from a consultation or in-person walkthrough.
When I was saying we kind of have like a spoiled mentality, I think we look at our problems like, oh, this is grave, but if you go somewhere else, it's a lot worse over there. So that's why I was saying that more from that standpoint in general. I think your point is more so towards like the parents and their upbringing, which I was gonna say that could kind of bleed into inspiration a little bit, but I think, well, inspiration and thankfulness kind of tied together a little bit for me, because like usually when I say what I'm thankful for, it was the people who helped inspire me, so that way I can help inspire somebody else. So that's why they kind of bleed together. But I guess looking back at the upbringing of the child in that situation, I would actually encourage parents to add a little bit more discipline in their
More or
structure.
Mo?
Okay.
Okay.
Mo, you know what I'm saying?
So no, I get it, but when you say discipline comes in all kinds of ways. So what
Structure in general.
Okay.
Like not. I don't need you to beat your kids. I'm not saying that you can, but like I'm not saying.
So if you have this or structure,
structure,
and your child said, "I ain't doing that," Mom, you crazy. I'm not doing that.
Doing what exactly?
Whatever it is that the parents say do.
So
I see and hear a lot of kids talking back to their parents.
So I think there's a show called My Wife and Kids.
Okay.
And Damon Wayans is the main character on the show, one of the main characters, father figure on there. And what he does is he challenges his kids. Okay, cool. If you feel like you're ready, like one of the kids, Junior, on the show said that. Actually, all of them banded together, and they were like, they don't want to like participate in any of the rules in the house.
Get out the house.
Get out the house. Like live in the backyard. And the only one who's like kind of tried to stay on his own 2 feet was Junior. So I'm like, I can actually work. I can do that.
You can do what?
I can do what Michael Kyle did. Or
you can make them
Damon Wayans. I can
sleep
have
outside.
them sleep outside, give you a tent, because end of the day it's going to at least tell you, okay, well, this is what life is like outside of living with me, and with me comes my rules. So if you're okay with living like this, fine.
So, okay,
no
well
kid,
that
no
part
kid
I get.
would, no kid would want to.
What about a kid that walks in the house mad at their parents and slams the door, and then the parents take the doors off the door hinge? It's like, all right, you slamming the door to the bedroom like you own this place. Now you don't have no door.
That's tough. I do think you should have some privacy, right? But also, with children, it's like it's a thin line between privacy and like, this is still my house.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not mad at someone taking the door off the hinges
To prove a point.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I get it, right? You got to make sure, but
Especially if they did it multiple times.
yeah, it's like and if you've told them
Right.
that's not how we're going to conduct ourselves in this house. Because then also, no, like, I'm not going over to someone's house and slamming their doors.
Right.
Like, that's stupid. So, like,
Right.
if you're doing that at my house, I can only imagine you doing that at someone else's house. So, yeah, I'd rather nip that in the bud, too. So that's fine. Like, I think that, and that's not punishment to the point where it's detrimental to the child. But I think also, and let me ask you this, if the child started saying, hey, I think that's affecting their mental health, that the door's off the hinges, how would you react to that personally?
I would say, show me your licensed therapist certification that you actually assessed yourself. That's the first thing I'd say.
But they're saying,
because if you're telling me it's affecting your mental health,
mm-hmm.
right? How do you know? I mean, it's just like any other diagnosis.
Mm-hmm.
So you're diagnosing yourself. All right, break it down for me.
I mean, we do say that we know ourselves the best, though. Like, if we know our body's the best, or we know how we feeling the best, no one else can tell us how we're really feeling.
But to say that it's affecting my mental health, to me, it's a cop-out. You got to break it down. What element of your
Be more
mental health
specific.
is it affecting?
Okay.
How is it affecting it? Is it a long-term thing or a short-term thing? How long have you been going through this?
Okay.
And what other elements to your body is going to happen? Is it going to cause stress? Is it going to cause any other disorders?
Yeah.
Are you going to need to take medication for that? Because based on what you're saying, perhaps we should go to the hospital and get you checked out to make sure that if there is an issue, we can fix this issue. Because,
Okay.
you're not just going to diagnose yourself just to get me to stop.
Right. Okay.
No.
Right. So you want more clarity, which makes sense too. Details do matter. So,
But then at the same time, who's the parent? Because sometimes we shield our children from all kinds of stuff. It's like basketball. Anybody that has contact with another person is abuse.
What you mean?
I mean, if you bump me, if you post up on me,
That's abuse.
you whatever, yeah, you hit me.
That's abuse.
You hit me. You hit me. I don't want to get touched in basketball. You hit me.
I don't want to get touched.
See, you laughing, right? And that's my point. So when you say that to the coach, what's the coach gonna say?
All right, go on the bench.
That's my point. So how is it that children are telling parents how to be parents? No more than a player's telling the coach.
Because I guess with the parent and it's like with the coaching and the player dynamic to the parent and child, there are some similarities, but ultimately, I do believe that the child ultimately does run the parent. Like now granted, the parent sets the structure. The parent is the guider. He or she's the mentor, the provider. But ultimately, you do everything for the child. Like if you do something wrong, you could lose a child. That's detrimental. They are really running you. So I think with the coaches, you're running them. Like you're kind of maintaining them.
But a parent is a coach. A parent is a coach.
So
a parent is a teacher.
They are.
A parent is a mentor.
But they're also
and the children might not be thankful for the parents.
They're not. And see, with players, you have to be more thankful because the coach is not your parent typically. So they can focus on 14 other kids. The parent, usually that's a one-on-one dynamic. Like there were some days I wish there was 14 other kids to help out.
I mean,
so I'm just saying that I don't know.
But back to the structure piece that you mentioned, right?
Mm-hmm.
You put structure in place, and the child's not following the structure. Now what?
Well, you gotta take away stuff, so that way they can become more thankful.
You put them in timeout, as you saying?
I don't think just timeout. Because you can be away from society for a little bit, for like a small amount of time. And
Here's an example. Cyberbullying.
Mm-hmm.
And people are saying and doing all kinds of stuff that are hurting other children to the point that these other children are committing suicide.
Or bringing guns to school. Or
Right.
killing other people, yeah.
So what should the parent do about their badass kid? Who has been bad for a while. They know that. They don't seem to be able to. I can't control him. I don't know what to do. And then he hurts somebody. Mm-hmm. So who's responsible?
I mean, if I'm the parent of the cyberbully, I would take away their electronics.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that's extremely grave. Like saying that out loud, I had to think about like, dang, that's the phone, that's the computer. Like you almost got to ask yourself, is it too much of an inconvenience on your own life? Because you still got to communicate with the child.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to do a bunch of stuff, but you can also block them from accessing
their friend's computer while they're over their friend's house hanging out.
Oh, you think they can go to friends' houses? That's cute. Like that's not at all.
Oh, so now they on punishment?
Yeah, you're on punishment. Like what you mean? Yeah, you can't if you can't get access to your computer, to your phone, you can't go.
Then how they gonna do their homelwork?
For those
how
reasons,
they gonna study?
For that you can't. We'll block websites.
My
and
point:
like
children
that.
find a way around everything, and they're still doing that stuff, right? And so, again, it's hard being a parent.
It is, but let me ask you this:
and the children may not be grateful or thankful for their parent, so they're gonna do whatever they want because they feel entitled.
Now let me ask you this though, because going back to your point earlier on, like a kid working, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're working your tail off to remove stuff from your child's life because
mm-hmm.
they've done something wrong,
mm-hmm.
and these little runts sit up there and find a way. Are you not halfway thankful? Because you like, you know what, they kind of resourceful. Like that's how I might look at that. Because I try to think like, all right, well,
kind of like them Santa Claus presents in the house
like
that you found.
That you found. Like,
prior to Christmas.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you might have to look at it that way, too. Because at some point in time, you got to tip your cap to them. At some point in time.
I mean, it depends on your level of understanding and cultural awareness
mm-hmm.
and education and your emotional intelligence, your positive intelligence, and, all of that, right? And so you might not be that smart. You could be from the Philadelphia projects. You know, didn't even graduate, dropped out of school, 10th grade. Now you got kids, and you know you trying to make ends meet, and so you could be that parent.
Okay.
So you know, one of the things that society has a tendency to do is put everybody in a lump sum bucket compared to their own mirror. It's like, what about all these other dangerous kids who come from dangerous parents, right? And so we can't forget them. We're not talking about people. Everybody don't go to George Mason, right? Some people go to community college, maybe, you know, and they just don't know. And they were raised by parents that never went to college.
Yeah.
And they just don't know. So if they don't know what they don't know, these kids are doing what they do. That's a reality that's impacting the society.
Yeah, no, that's true. So Reggie, with that being said, I think we can close up shop. So everybody, hope you all are enjoying the episodes thus far. I hope you like this one particularly, because this one was a redo. So I'm very thankful for you to have some time on your hands to help me get this one back. But please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. My name is Trey. This is Reggie. We're the hosts of Just Living Life. Hope you all have a good one. Take care.